Earlier this week on EW's livestream, we got the one piece of information needed to, in my opinion, confirm that the new Model 1894 coming to the game has a chance of being the best lever action rifle in the game. And that is the mere fact that it can equip a scope, and not just any scope. It can equip both the Hyperion and the Argus, which is going to give it a real chance at significant zoom. Now it can only be zeroed out to 150 meters, but that is standard for lever action rifles, and because it can equip the Hyperion and Argus scopes, those mil dots will allow us to be able to effectively have a holdover out to 200 or 300 meters. So what we're doing today, as we anticipate early access for the new pack that's going to start tomorrow, we're going to mess around with the 44 a little bit and do some comparisons between the 44 and the 30-06. So got a black tail out there at 100 meters, and I think comparing something like deer, smaller species, that's not something that I'm as worried about. What I really want to see is the differences between the 44 and 30-06 ammo in black bear, moose, Roosevelt elk, those larger animals here in Layton, and just kind of see where that ends up. Now, the other part of this is going to be establishing a baseline with the 44 revolver and seeing if the Model 1894, which is firing 44 ammunition, is going to be more or less the same. So every opportunity we have today with the 44, we'll be checking on the quick kill, seeing what everything looks like, and comparing that to the 1894, hopefully as soon as tomorrow. So really excited for all that, and just because we're here on Layton anyway, I figure we'll do a little bit of Layton trophy cabin hunting if we find a potential diamond or rare. That's awesome, but the main point is going to be learning all we can about the 44 and comparing it to the newest gun being added to the game. Now in the meantime, it is whitetail drink time on this server, so we'll try to make the most of that. That's about 170, 160 meter shot with the 44. Asking a lot. But if we get that holdover just right, it looked like it hit him right in behind the shoulder. Is he going to start to go down from that? Not so far. So we may need a follow-up. I kind of think it'll get him. Close on both of those. He is going down, so I'm curious to see just where that hit. And I guess on the other end of the spectrum here, one thing we could have done very easily with the new gun is simply 0-4 that range. I wanted to see what kind of performance we got, but not sure we'll be able to tell if the shot's not online. And I'll be curious to see where exactly we hit this guy, because it was a fairly long track. I thought there was a chance it was vertebrae, but I kind of doubt that. Oh no, it was. So we aimed just a little bit too high, and we still went through, the first shoulder blade, through the vertebrae, and into the second shoulder blade. A little bit lower, and we'd have been all good there. So maybe we can attempt a 150 meter shot later. Again, more so to compare with the 1894 when it comes out and what kind of quick kill we might get. Because I am very curious, ballistically, if they're going to perform the same or if we're going to get more power, which we kind of should, out of a rifle barrel than a revolver barrel. So hopefully we can still get that longer shot opportunity at another whitetail. But in the meantime, we have gotten absurdly close to this level 2 Roosevelt without it really noticing us. So I think we're going to try to just put this in a place where we could get double lung without hitting the shoulder blade. So kind of low and behind the leg. Perfect the way he kind of opened up that chest cavity. And I just want to see what the quick kill ends up being. And frankly, I think it's going to obviously end up at 0. So the next question is when we can find another opportunity. Is that where the 30-06 is? This is something that, to be honest, I don't really know. Because for the most part, if we're shooting something like a Roosevelt elk or a moose, we're probably using the 300, but I am really intrigued by the versatility that class 3 to 8, the 44 covers. So something I wanted to mess with, and seems here. We will be tracking an elk, and I don't imagine even an improvement ballistically will change that. It's worth noting though, he didn't go that terribly far. So just to look, it is 0% on the quick kill, double lung, and hit the leg on the way out the other side. Almost heart shot him, which actually would have been bad for this test, but good to know. Hopefully we can find another elk to fire a 30-06 round through. Now this one actually intrigues me a little bit more. Black bear I think we can get quick kill on, so the hope there was to avoid the heart. Did we actually get a vital hit though? We did, and I'm pretty sure we are going to get quick kill. I guess we were just too far away to see the blood. But that was probably as good a situation as we could have hoped for. Standing up about 30 meters away, pretty much broadside, It was double lung and vertebrae, so that may have helped. And we're looking at 86% quick kill, so that's something we can actually try to replicate, maybe without the vertebrae, we'll see. But it gives us at least an idea. So maybe this time, we can get a proper 150 meter shot with the 44. We know we aimed a good bit too high on the last one, so thinking like maybe here-ish. Definitely got him, and he's going down super quick. I don't know if we double lung liver shot him or what, but that may not give us a bunch of info because it's easily 100% quick kill. Good to see, not gonna complain about that ever, but I wonder where it hit him. Because here's the blood, got one track, and then he dropped right here. Ended up being, yeah, just double lung, 149 meters away. Obviously 100% quick kill, but if we can even get that to show up, pretty good performance there. Now keeping track of everything is going to start to get a little difficult here, but we've got an aggressive moose. If it's just going to stand there, we got to go for that. And I'm half tempted to attempt another shot, just because we know we're not getting 100% quick kill without it. When that hell started to go down at the second shot, I thought we'd have a chance at it. Still think we're going to be at 0, which is totally fine. That's what we expect to see on a moose, especially after the elk. And while we were, I think, maybe close, at 33% actually, that lung, liver, stomach shot as the second round actually did matter. Now, to clarify, we did quite a lot of testing when Great One Moose came out because we were really looking to find the most efficient weapon to grind with, and the 300 and 338, both with a single lung shot, are in the like 25 to 33% range. So 2 shots in the 44, admittedly close range. It's kind of same area as the 300, which isn't too bad. Now as far as a 30-06 comparison to the 44, the one thing I'm worried about is actually getting that follow-up, because we were kind of lucky that we managed to do it, and I'm not sure that it's going to fall that way again. We're going to try, and maybe if we go for the shot while he's drinking, we get a little bit more time for that second shot, so we're going to try to wait this out. But the way that moose are now with their new animations, they basically take off immediately when they're hit, and for whatever reason, this guy doesn't seem like he's going to drink, so I guess we'll just try it and see what happens. So he's going to take off. Second shot I think was too far back. It may have hit him. So we'll probably leave it at that. May not be a super fair comparison, but let's see what happened. And I'm going to say what happened is 0% quick kill. Whether or not we hit the second shot, and he happened to be standing in the water so there was no track to really indicate that, yeah, we did hit him in the intestines. And you know the interesting thing though, this is where the 44 kind of, takes on a little bit of a different identity in the Class 8 range. It double-lunged that first moose, if I'm not mistaken. 0% quick kill, you're just not going to see the 30-06 do that. And you're really not going to see any Class 8 rifle do it. Even the 300, for the most part, won't. When we compare the ammo stats, the 30-06 polymer tips, 45 penetration, 13 expansion. The 44, if we can get over that, 70 penetration, 16 expansion. That's a significant difference. I really feel, as far as, weapons like that go, something like the 30-06, typically you're probably using it for deer, maybe animals up to Class 6, something like a caribou. But for the most part, if you are hunting for moose or elk, you're probably going to go with the 300. I think here with the new Model 1894, there's legitimate reason to use it on some of those Class 8 animals, and then you have the ability to kind of carry other stuff in your loadout. The theme of this video might be getting accidentally close to literally everything that we're trying to get after, but earlier we had 87% quick kill with the 44 on a black bear. About this range, it was double lung and vertebrae. I don't know that we can actually pull that off here, but as long as we don't hit the heart. Definitely didn't hit the heart. It's going to go down at 100% quick kill. And let's just go and compare the shot, because I think as a Class 7 animal, maybe that 45 penetration stat on the 30-06 is enough to punch through. So it was just double lung, and when we're able to get double lung with the 30-06, it is more powerful still, which I think is probably what we'd expect. Again, I'm still curious about the whole barrel length thing with the Model 1894, but what we've seen is that, at least for the most part, the 44 just fired from the revolver can actually compete. So we still want to go and try to get a Roosevelt elk with the 30-06 if we can, And the only thing is, it is an odd time to try to find them, so we'll see what we can do. Now, we already know that the 44 got 0% quick kill on an elk around this range. And as they're trying to move, we gotta go for the shot kinda quickly, and we will see here. The 30-06 is going to get quick kill, so there are still places for the larger calibers, but it's that extra bit of coverage you get, being classes 3 to 8 with the 1894, that I think really could set it apart. And so suffice it to say, despite the fact that we see 90% quick kill there, I am still super excited to try out the new 44 lever action, as well as the recurve bow and the electronic collar, starting tomorrow with the early access, and of course release is October 10th, just next week. Everybody will get to take a look at that. So really looking forward to it. We have a baseline now, having fired the 44 revolver at a couple of species here on Layton Lakes. We'll be able to properly compare. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.